All right, everyone. Hello. This is again John Garcia with Mrs. Christine Case and Mr. David Lemon
Hey
uh,
guys.
for another episode of the Groove Challenge number 6.
Hello, everyone.
I'm sorry, Christine, I cut you off. I didn't see you waving there. So now you can say your highs to everybody that is actually with us today.
Hi.
And so, guys,
Hello, everyone.
so you guys are aware Christine is actually traveling. That's why she doesn't have the regular setup with all her jewelry in the back and all her swag. So unfortunately, she's traveling today, but it only shows thing the commitment that she has to the process. And I do have to let you know, Christine, thank you so much because I know that you're probably in cluster right now in a small hotel room. And doing this kind of just says, I want to be in here. I want to do this process with you guys. So thank you for that. So today, what we're gonna do, as always, we're gonna start working in of course your store. But I do have a small announcement today. So David, how can I share my screen right now? Let me see, share screen. And today, as you guys know, is gonna be the day 6. We're gonna be working with a couple of things with the checkout page. But before I start, we do have to make a couple of big announcements. Most of us that are working right now with our stores are seeing a lot of changes in our GrooveCarts, and but I know that we're gonna have a lot of people today. So by the number, please just let me know if it's the first time that you're here by pressing the number 1. Let's see who is here for the first time, so we can keep you up to speed, and also to work with the stuff that we need to do today. So let's see. We're gonna have a couple of them. And let me remove all my electronics away from my system because I don't want to create any feedback. Was that me or was it you, David?
No, I'm actually muted in the back. That's probably you.
Yeah, most likely me. All right. So thank you, Susan, Ayanti, Robert, Flexible Lifestyle. Well, I know Flexible, maybe it's the first time, but I think I have seen you before, but I appreciate the one. So, guys, with that said, let me just move to the second slide. Today, of course, we have Christine Case. We're actually working with her store. Unfortunately, again, Mrs. Donna Fox is actually overworked. She's working too much. So she let me know that she sends her regards, but she's not going to be with us today. So we do have David, though. So now, with that said, let's just move up today. What's new? The version 2 update that we probably all are seeing. We're gonna then after that we're gonna work with the checkout page. We're gonna have the hands-on demo that Christine is gonna actually just interact with her store. But before we do that, I am going to spend a couple of minutes showing what is new. So let me open a new window here and drag it to my other screen and show you guys what I mean by the new changes. So give me 1 second while I open just my test store. Actually, let me just do this because we have to work with the store that we've been working all day. And let me just make sure that we all see this. And let me just add the administration part. And I believe that we'll be able to come in right away without the password. So this is actually Christine's store. It's actually Fireman's Zone. For those that who don't know, this store is actually Christine's and her husband's idea because he was a fireman. So they want to take advantage of that niche and promote products, of course, for their firemen and families. But check this out. If you're looking at my screen, and Christine, you probably see this for the first time as well, because I wanted it to be a surprise for you as well. This is actually part of the V2 update that we did last week. Some of us that are actually working really hard at GrooveCart, we noticed that it was a big, big change for us to do this in the middle of the challenge, because a lot of people are going to see these recordings, but I think it's worth it for me to stop today in day 6 and say, hey guys, this is what we did. And I'm going to fly through a couple of things that are going to just stick out and is going to give you a little bit more questions. Because what happened? For example, we actually redid, again, the little menu navigation here. Before, it was just 5 icons. Now we have 6. So this is one of the biggest changes. Now, as you can see, the dashboard is going to look, or it's actually looking way better because it has now more organized information. Now you're going to have your statistics. And I just accidentally clicked on, I believe it was the monthly. So it's going to show me the previous day, previous month, previous year. So you have all these statistics now directly from your orders and from pretty much your dashboard. This is the first page that you're going to see. Now, here is the cool part. On settings, actually before, we had the page that gave us all the options. Now we created this submenu here. This submenu is going to be your best friend. You're going to have a lot of information here that may be a little bit confused if you're starting just now with GrooveCart, but this is what I believe is going to remain for the experience, for the UI. So it's going to be easier to actually to manipulate because it's just a matter of locating an icon and then just the link for where you want to go. For example, here in settings, we know that we have the store information, the payment gateways, and it's exactly the same information that you had in the past. For example, for payment gateways, let me just take a look. And when I click payment gateways, of course, it's going to take me where we actually have to configure or Stripe, PayPal, and any other payment information. So as you see, it's a little bit more organized. And we molded this, actually the developers molded this to be more cohesive with the experience that we're presenting with Groove Funnels and Groove Pages. If you guys noticed, everything has the same look and feel, the same colors, the same fonts, because that's what we want to do. We want to unify all the products. And of course, GrooveCart cannot be left behind. So with that said, as you can see here is the same concept. You just locate the actual icon for the little wheel, and you can actually just have your Stripe settings. When you're done, you just click save, or you close, you just come back. The same thing with all the new payment processors that we are actually just taking up right now. We have now 2 checkout. We have Ubiva, Card PTM, NMI Gateway, BankState, Nuvi, Authorize.net, PayPal, and Stripe. So we are expanding our options as well. And I wanted to start with this because this is the most important part. Where do we get the money? How do we get paid? So we want to show you this. Also, another very important part is the domain name. So same concept. It's pretty much now changed the location. Instead of having the full page, we have the little tabs that will actually open in the page. And of course, you can change your subdomain and domain settings. This will look different because I actually logged in. This is Christine's account. I logged in as a support agent, and we and the support desk, we cannot change domain names. The information will be a little bit different once actually Christine is going to just log in a few minutes. So, and all the changes pretty much are there. Also, the pixels, feeds, and embed codes are also there. All the functionality that we had in the past is still there. It's just a little bit better formatted. And also because we thought of one thing, mobility. Everything nowadays works in mobile. So we want to make sure that the experience is a little bit better. Of course, we never stop making the product better. You got to remember that every single day we get new requests, new ideas, push new things that we want to do with GrooveCart. So we are going to just keep doing that. But this is going to be pretty much the central focus. And with Christine's, I thought that somebody kicked the dog, but it's not a dog. Probably went to your computer. It's all right. I'm like, who kicked that poor dog?
It was my computer.
So it's all right, Christine. It's okay. I know you're making a big effort here by just spending a couple of hours with us in a hotel room. I know that you're probably hungry. By the way, guys, she was traveling today. Christine sent me an email a couple of days ago, and she said, I'm going to be traveling, but I'm going to make it. So you have no idea the level of commitment that it takes, because it was easier for you to tell me, hey, John, let's cancel this, but you didn't. So I admire you for that, and thank you. So let's continue, guys. So the same pages are going to be there, and a couple of things change here that is important because I know a lot of people are going to get confused. The builder. Where I actually change things? Right here. That last button is going to be your visual builder. Pretty much the builder that we've been using for the past 8 weeks when we did the first challenge, and the new one. And here in this builder, we have a couple of new changes. For example, we have now the ability to see how our page will look like in a mobile or in a regular PC experience. For example, right here, if I click over here, this is how it's going to look in mobile. Of course, we haven't formatted it, so don't start saying, oh yeah, it looks all messed up. We haven't formatted it. That's why we do this. We show you first. Because why? Along with those changes comes the functionality. Before, we had 3 buttons here. Now we only have 2. Why? Because now each element comes in with a single click. Once you click inside the element, you see that you can make the changes here. And when you make the changes, the editor will tell you, hey, you are making the changes for the large screen or for your mobile version. And if, let's say, you don't want to show this header because the picture might look funky or because it might look too big, you just simply hide in the smartphones. So you will not see that in the smartphone, and then you can just keep, editing your page using that if you want to. And remember, everything will work separately. Whatever you do in your mobile version will remain in your mobile version, as well as your PC or your tablet versions. So this is one of the improvements that we did with GrooveCart. Also, let me just show you really quickly. A lot of people tell me, okay, and how do I get out of here? How do I leave my actual editor? Because there's no button to tell me to go back. So the way that you go back to your console or to your dashboard is by clicking on the 3 buttons in the corner right here. Oh, let me see. I don't think you can see it. Let me see if I can bring it smaller here on my screen. Oh, yep. So right here, you can click on those 3 lines in the corner that says GrooveCart admin panel. Once you click over there, what is going to happen is going to ask me to go, it's going to go to the admin panel again. Since I didn't make any physical changes, so it's not going to ask me to do or save any changes. Now, you're going to go back to this. Oh, and I see a couple of people are actually just going to the site right now, which is great. But now, let's just continue here. What are the changes in the product level? Pretty much the same thing. My products, categories, discounts, and print on demand and drop shipping. Here is, before it says my products or search products. So now, we kind of just thought that it would be easier to identify what are you planning to do. You plan to do either print on demand or drop shipping. So we created this link, and that will offer all of the options. You will find there pretty much your AliExpress, your Printful, Tscape, and all the third apps, the third-party apps that we have, like Layer App, Ali Connect, Tscape, Slingly, Pure and Well, Printful, GrooveCart Marketplace, and Dropify. It's pretty much the same experience, but better looking. It loads faster, and actually the functionality is a little bit more cohesive because everything just comes as a straight line. It's just easier to find things and less confusing, which we hope that that's the case. Now, in orders, same thing. Your orders, your abandoned cart, your customers, and your help desk. Settings, as I just showed, it will pretty much have separate pages for each of the settings. And the apps remain the same. Designer app is for your products, your Groove Quiz, and your app manager. Now, in this case, what we wanted to do was just to do a little bit of a show and tell of the updates. And I hope that once you go back to your GrooveCart and you start playing with it and just making some changes to your pages or maybe activating some other apps, you can actually do that. Because now what we're doing is making sure that the product gets better. And we want to make sure that everything actually works in a cohesive way with all the software, with all the platform, with GrooveFunnels, GrooveCart, and Groove Pages. So now, what do you guys think? Let's hear it from our audience right now, and let's see, David, what are the actual what are the thoughts that people are having right now? Do we have any reactions yet, David?
I don't know if you're having reactions, but my reaction is that is awesome. From users, we didn't get anything yet because of this delay, but I believe they are very happy with this one. It starts to look more professional, in my opinion. It starts to look more streamlined and more like people that will be coming from or that are coming from Shopify. They see very similar style of very minimalistic, very clean, very fast dashboards, and we are going that way. We're just getting the people there saying, love it, looks good, awesome. Um, yes, amazing, guys. Thank you. Absolutely love it. Like myself as well, the builder is out there. And now when you go into products, you don't have to actually go to find products and then you set it up. You can actually click drop shipping or print on demand. And it's like you immediately know what you need to do.
Exactly.
So it's much more, it's easier to navigate.
Oh, and not only that, but it's going to allow to an easy kind of interface to jump back, because this G right here at the top, it's going to go back to the Groove funnels login. I believe that's the case. So it is one of the things that when Mike designed and Mike and the team designed Groove funnels, they needed to make sure on how would everything connect together without having too much of a difficult time. And I know that at the get-go when we started, yes, we had to give you different logins for GrooveCart and different logins from Groove funnels, but that is going to be a thing of the past really soon, because we're going to have a more unified structure when it comes to connections. And so I see Facebook user says, very excited. Yes, cleaner view. That is correct. We actually clean out the view a lot. Or UX guys did an amazing job with that. Thank you, Dwight. I know you love it. Lisa Dell, thank you. We appreciate the kind words. And yes, Michael Ramirez just brought up a point. We do have the undo and redo feature. So let me just go back to that so we can play a little bit with that. And let me see any other comments. By the way, guys, I did read somewhere American Indians and Mr. Let me see. I read his name somewhere. Carlos Zavala, the builder feature is not working. Some of you guys might experience this in the next few days. Some stores are still updating. So if you have any problem, please let us know. I mean, send us an email to support@groovedigital.com, and we will definitely take a look at that. Some of the stores with a large amount of products, we are actually taking very good consideration with keeping your products intact. But, it's software. Anything could happen. So if you're having an experience with any anomaly that, okay, my design is not working or my product is not saving, remember, we are here for you. We're actually just now working overtime due to the stuff that we did recently with the new relaunch. So we are working hard for you guys. And all of these updates is for a customer base. So we got a better product every week, literally. We're doing updates every week now. So with that said, let's just go into now, and let me just switch back here to my presentation.
Let me just ask Christine. Christine, what do you think about this update? Did you see this? Did you try to play with it?
Yes, I did. I went in yesterday. As soon as I heard that there was an update, I went in, and it was so nice just to have to click that one drop shipping, and then I was able to download more stuff very quickly. So yeah, I didn't have to go back and forth, and I loved it. I loved the way it looked. Of course, a little bit here and there changes that have to be updated on my cart now, the layout, but the formality of it, I loved it. I think it looks really sharp. It looks really, like somebody said, I think it was Darcy, it does look cleaner, looks more, it looks good. I like it. I like it a lot.
That's
and
great.
At the end of the day, that was the idea, to make sure that we go along with the lines of the Groove pages and also with all the features, because right now, I know David has been working really hard with Groove Member and Groove Mail. So if you notice that, and if you've been following also David in with all his webinars, and, with all his lives, he always shows the improvements. And this, for me, is actually very nice to be able to share that with him, because, him and I are gonna work in the future with the videos for GrooveCart, because it's time for us to do the new videos, because yeah, this is a great way to get started, but we're gonna go really in depth in all the functionalities with more of the videos for support. So now let's just say let's see, still unable to log into GrooveCart. Facebook user, please do me a favor, send me an email to support@groovedigital.com and let me know your username or your email so we can find out what happened. Let's see why you're not. I don't know why you're not able to actually log in. So remember, we're doing the updates, we're doing the changes. If you have any situation, please let us know. We do have a lot of people now in staff to help you out, and we're trying to respond as soon as possible. But right now we're saying that we might need anywhere between 24 to 72 hours. We have an extremely amount of new requests due to the last offer that was made, and we're still working with a lot of stuff, but we're getting there.
I wanted to ask you, John, maybe if you know, a lot of people have been asking me, when will GrooveCart be merged with GrooveFunnels? Do you know some details about that?
That I don't know exactly the date, but I believe, and please do not quote me on this because I am not 100%. I believe that it will happen before October 1st. But then again, I might be saying something completely untrue. I'll verify that, and if you guys have the question, send me an email to support@groovedigital.com, and I'll try to address that.
Yeah. So I'm just asking because a lot of people have that just signed up to this platinum offer during this last push that we did in this like a mini launch. A lot of people may not be able to access their stores yet, but very soon we will be merging everything together. So using your current details for GrooveFunnels, you'll be able to access the store. If in the meantime you would like to access GrooveCart and it is not allowing you, please just reach out to support.groovedigital.com. You can create a ticket there or send an email to support@groovedigital.com. Then they can assist you with that. They can resend the email for you to be able to get into your store.
Correct. So as David said, I'm actually putting the email right now because a couple of people are asking. So support@groovedigital.com. And remember, guys, there's a delay of a couple of seconds, but it's going to be there. And let's see what the support email. Oh, David and I put it at the same time. Darcy says, app does have a clean Shopify look feel. Coming over from Shopify with a resonance. Perfect. Awesome. That's what we want to see. Just more people coming back to us and using this product, because we know that we are still in our infancy. We're still growing as a company. We're still growing as a product, but we're making a huge impact. We're making strides with the stuff that we're doing. So that's going to be something that is going to resonate a lot in the industry in the next couple of months. Anthony Chermeta says, I don't have a Layer app or AliExpress app or anything. How do I add these? Actually, Anthony, you should have them. If you are logged into your dashboard, you should go to apps and then go to app manager, and you will see there. Actually, that's not in there. I'm sorry. I was looking at somewhere else. You got to go into products and locate those apps. Hey guys, how many e-commerce websites can I make with GrooveCart, and there's any max amount of using domains? Right now, if you actually purchase any of the plans with GrooveFunnels, you get one store with your account. The model is going to change for GrooveCart, which I believe Mike Filsame is going to announce it very soon. If it hasn't been announced, but
we did a post about it on the Facebook. So yeah, you can talk about it.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So the model is going to change, but I haven't really completed the details. So David, if you don't mind, can you actually just share that link for that post?
Absolutely. So I will share the post with you guys, but for everybody that is watching, we will have two models. So everybody that already has the platinum deal or purchased GrooveCart previously will have the premium and unlimited number of stores. You will be able to do unlimited number of stores without any transaction fees and things like that. Later on, we will have a freemium model as well. So everybody that has joined GrooveCell or Groove Pages Lite, you will also be able to create unlimited number of stores, but the difference will be that there will be a small transaction fee for each of the sales that you do. So you'll be able to create um, at this moment an unlimited number of stores. You will be able to sell drop shipping, print on demand, whatever you would like, but there will be this small percentage. And even Shopify, even if you pay, they already do that one. So with us, we will do a certain percentage, but the store, like, you will not have to pay a monthly fee for using the technology to create your store, which I believe is just a big deal at this moment. So I'll share the post with you, but you can learn more in the future when Mike and Donna talk about this more.
And I believe that tomorrow, guys, be on the lookout for our announcement, because I know tomorrow there's going to be a small state of the Groovian, and Mike is going to talk about the new changes and the new updates that was actually done to all the platforms. So be on the lookout for that. Now, let's see. And I think that I might have covered everything, but I know, David, you had a question about changing the price points in bulk in a couple of areas. And also,
Exactly. So I don't remember exactly who asked this last time on our GrooveCart, but this has been, somebody reminded me 2 more times today about how to change prices in bulk. So in case you have a lot of products and you want to change the price all at the same time, like increase the price at 2%, how would that be done? So I believe John knows a way and he will demonstrate it now.
Yep, we're actually going to do it right now, but I got a very interesting question here. By the way, could I know the roughly timeline on when the GrooveCart is ready to include the opt-in form or contact us form? Actually, Charlie asked this question. Charlie, actually, you can do it now. Actually, within the builder, we have an element, and I'm going to show it in a second, that you can just bring it in, put it in one of your pages, and that element will create a list for you, which I will show you in a moment. Actually, Christine, since we're going to be showing Christine website, she's going to be able to do that for us. Now, reserve 3 hours tomorrow webinar, since Mike presenting and has a lot of coverage. That is correct. So yeah, Darcy Holt is right. You know, it's never an hour and a half with Mike, and he has a lot of information for us. So I mean, I know that David and Christine are laughing because we know it's true, because we're working at an incredible pace as a company. We're doing a lot of things in a very short time, and we're actually doing it. I mean, just look at GrooveCart. Look at what happened with GrooveFunnels. GrooveMember was released a week ago, and yes, we're rolling out. So stay tuned for tomorrow. All right, and thank you, David. David just actually posted that announcement for those that actually asked about GrooveCart and how the model is going to work. Please refer to that document or that little post so you can have better details on how exactly everything will work. And that is actually for flexible lifestyle. He actually wanted to ask that question. So now let's move along, guys. Let's just, I know Christine is ready to go with her store. So right now what we're going to do is work with the checkout page. We're going to do a hands-on demo. We're going to have a hands-on demo of how to set up the page, how to create the checkout page, discounts, and abandonment sequence. These are the 2 or 3 things that are very important to have in our checkout page. And we're going to just know how to do that. And after that, we're going to actually just do a QA. And we're going to just talk about the essay entries and the next steps for those who entered our contest last week, which we're going to be publishing tomorrow afternoon, so the voting can start. So, Christine, can you do me a favor? Can you share your screen? And I hope you are logged into your store.
Okay.
I have stopped my screen so you can share yours.
Okay.
And while Christine does that, actually, Dwight, I do have to send you an email on that. He says, how will this new pricing structure affect GrooveCart referrals? GrooveCart, the referral program, I believe, is going to be the same as GrooveFunnels, but please do not quote me on that. I do have to talk to the joint venture manager or the JV manager, Mr. Jablonski, to see exactly how that will be structured. But I will let you know. You have my direct email, so you can just contact me at any time. Or you can just write to support@groovedigital.com. You're okay, Christine?
I'm having it. It won't let me share. David, I have it shared, but it's grayed out.
Okay, so when you click this button for sharing a share screen, there should be a pop-up which gives you the option to choose the screen.
Which screen you choose?
And you did that, and then it says something.
Yep, I share screen, and then it gives me share screen. I see the share screen, but you don't see it.
Yeah, for some reason we're not seeing it.
So maybe John can continue sharing his screen then.
Let me just do that. So for the sake of time, let me just do that. Let me just share the screen, and what I'll do is I'll just have you pay a lot of attention. So we're gonna continue to do that. And I know you're working from a hotel room, maybe connection, maybe something else, but no worries. So we're gonna keep just looking at my screen. But what I am going to do is I'm just gonna go where we need to go to answer that first question. Where do we change the bulk pricing? So let me just step back a little bit here. Let me just locate a product. And even the My Products page looks amazing, by the way. It looks way more organized. We have way more options now. And let's take a look. So I know, I'm trying to remember the name as well, David, of who actually asked that question of the bulk pricing. Where do we change that? But let me just demonstrate. And I believe everybody can see my screen right now. And just since we're having a little bit of a snafu, let's just ask the audience, can anybody see my screen? Press number 7 if you see my screen. Let's take a look. And I know we have a little delay, but let's just confirm with everybody else out there. Awesome. Okay, we got the first 7. And let's see, we got more now. Okay, it's working. All right, thank you very much.
Actually, we can see now Christine's screen now.
I think I got it.
Yeah, you got it, Christine. So let's go. Let's go for it.
I think so.
Very good.
All right, awesome. So now that you have that, Christine, let's just go to products. Oh, actually, you're in the editor. So let's just go back to. Remember, where do we go? To go back to the dashboard, the 3 lines to the right side. Top right, there you go. GrooveCart admin panel. And yes, I forgot to mention something, but I was waiting for this moment. Once Christine gets control of this, once we go back to the editor, I'll show you something that everybody was asking for. But so let's just click on the products for a moment, Christine, so we can answer that question. So just go to My Products. And again, remember that this is live and Christine is a hotel connection, so bear with us for a second. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick a product and we're going to just try to showcase how do we change the pricing when it has a variant in bulk. So you can actually just close that, Christine. Perfect. And let's just pick the second item, the item number 31, I believe it is. And you see now where in order to edit the product, we have to go to the actions dropdown. So if you don't mind clicking in actions, and then we're going to click edit. Perfect. Now what it will happen is we're going to open that specific product, and it's going to show you in a very nice formatted way how to just pretty much work with this product. Now, information, images and videos, pricing and variants, settings, reviews, and finish. It's pretty much the same process with the interface, just like GrooveCell. So in order to change the prices, where do you think we have to go to change the prices, Christine? Let's see if you remember. Which page do we go to change the prices?
Three.
I was asking you, what is the page that
Pricing and variants?
Yep, that's correct. So let's just press pricing and variants. And here you're going to see, of course, your description, your variants, and only two things in the first part. Again, remember, we're trying to minimize the usage of full pages. So you're going to have two other tabs, variants and quantity discount. So let's just click where it says variants. Okay, now, as you can see, this product right here has two variants, the colors and where it ships from. And if you scroll down, you're going to have, of course, the different. Oh, actually, I picked the wrong product because I wanted to have something with different variants in order to change the bulk. Now, let's just click exit if you don't mind, Christine. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I picked the right product, and I guess we should have just gone with the first product that has a little bit more variants. So it will be in bulk, not just in unit for the changes that we're about to do. So it's going to go back to the list. Sure. And once on the list, I'm sorry, Christine?
Did you want T-shirts?
Yeah, actually, let's pick the first one, number 32, the tracksuit, which I love that design, by the way.
Okay, I just added that one too.
Oh, really? So let's go to actions and let's go to edit. And let's go to pricing and variants.
Doesn't have any variants.
I believe that one has variants because of the size, right?
Yeah, I think it has this. Yes.
Awesome. So let's just click on variants and let's see what it does have. And the exercise that we're doing, guys, is because we had a question from last week, like, hey, can you show us how to change pricing in bulk? So this will actually work if you have an element or an item that you want to change the same price. So if you keep scrolling down, Christine, if you don't mind, please. You see there you have the variants, your sizes. It could be the colors, but they have different prices. So how do we change the pricing in bulk? So the way that we do this, can you please, Christine, go all the way to the bottom of that list and click the box, the last box that is next to variants. Select, and you see now it will tell you compare price. Let's just put the price there. Let's just put $39.99. And then on the price, just put $35.99. Let's say you're giving away $4, or not giving away, but you're gonna give a discount of $4. And now let's just click apply. And look what will happen at the top. Do you see what happened? Ta-da! That's how you actually just change your prices in bulk. You select all of your variants, and it will actually change the price. So before it was 0 on the actual what do you call it, the compare price. Now the compare price is $39.99, but the selling price is $35.99, just like we did on the example below. So that's how you actually change your pricing in bulk. If you have the same product, basically with different color, but it's the same price, you can use this. Now, have in mind that some products, especially if you import them from Printful, Keyscape, Slingly, or Dropify, they might have different price points for your cost. So be really mindful when you change the pricing on bulk, because then in this case, maybe these jackets might have a higher price because they have a larger sizes. So please be mindful of that. But that is how you change the bulk pricing. And I hope that for whoever asked that question, that is resolved. So, and I hope that you see the recording as well. Now, let's move along, and let's just, if you want, let's just save that product as it is. And now we have to go back to our visual editor because we're going to work on the checkout page. So let's just save all that information and exit. And by the way, Flexible Lifestyle asks, so it only works if they're variants. That is correct, because in order to change anything in bulk pricing, it will have to be per item, and each item will have to be created separately, of course. But some of the items that you have might have different colors, maybe different sizes, and that's why the bulk pricing takes place within the variants. So yes, at some point you do need the variants to actually just change the pricing. Thank you, Paul. Yes, changing the pricing in bulk, we know we need it, and there's more coming, guys. Remember, we're going to have now the membership or the recurring charges as well. That is actually coming as well. We're going to have another couple of updates that at this moment escape my mind, but we're going to continue for what is intended today, which is the checkout page. So now, Christine, do me a favor. Let's just click on the builder, please, and let's just go there for a moment. Now, in the builder, we also have a couple of changes that I didn't mention before because I was waiting for Christine to come in here and show us what we needed to see. So the builder itself only changing a couple of things, and those two buttons, Christine, that you're playing with are the redo and the undo buttons. So I know this feature was requested from the get-go in several times. So guys, this is for you. So let's say we're working on pages and we want to change something and we accidentally change something that wasn't supposed to change. We can use now that undo and redo buttons. So we're really happy to have those there. And of course, they came out at the great time because we use them now a lot. So now, Christine, let's just click on pages because we do have a small update in the pages. So right down there, you see now on the menu on pages, now it has always been different menus. I don't know if you remember that before it was menu and then pages. Now we make it simpler to actually work on the menus and then to work in the store pages. Now this is your store menu. So as you can see here, you have home, best deals, t-shirts, accessories, and contact us. Now, Christine, can you do me a favor? Can you open, I do believe you have opened another tab with your website. Perfect. Now, as you guys can see, home, best deals, t-shirts, accessories, and contact us is the main menu for Christine. Now, Christine, let's just go back to the visual editor for a moment. Now, let's just grab from those 6 dots, contact us, and drag it all the way under home, for example. successfully. Now remember, since this is a system change, you don't have to save it. But now let's just go and click on the other tab and refresh the page. Remember, the contact us was at the end of the line. Now it should be next to the home page, which it is. So now everything is more visual. We did it before, but now it's simplified. Now let's go back to the editor, please, Christine.
John, could you mute your mic for a moment? Yeah, it's much better. I believe your mic is giving a bit the gurgling sound. Is Darcy also heard it? I thought it's only on my end, but it's like I did a very bad expression of how it sounds like, but
it's probably the gremlins is out of my computer. I'm sorry, guys. I've been
now
having.
it's better. Now it's better.
You see, as soon as you mention it, it stopped.
Yeah, it's good now.
Guys, and thank you, Darcy, for actually bringing it up. Appreciate it. A gurgling sound. Yes, someone is moving a mic. Well, I don't have a mic to move because I'm working directly with my Mac's internal microphone. I don't know. Maybe it was some, as I said, maybe a little gremlin in my computer. I do apologize for that.
No worries. It's good now.
All right. So I guess, and you know what I think is probably something loose inside of my laptop. Maybe one of the fans is maybe getting loose. That's probably it's probably just doing that.
You know, in my family, we used to fix TVs, monitors, and things like that by smacking it real hard. But I don't suggest you to do it now.
No. I don't want to risk it right now. It's like with the remote control. You know, since you mentioned it, it's funny because a lot of people just smash the remote control when it's not working.
Yeah, it's because the remote control's fault. Yeah.
But the funny thing is, right after you smack it, it actually works. So that's why people do it.
Yeah.
All right. Eric Stringlet says we're underwater. Well, not yet. I hope not, because I'm in Florida. So, all right, guys, let's continue. So sorry for that little distraction there, guys. So you see now that the menus are actually workable. And another cool thing is to edit the menu. So before you have to just select your menu, move it around. Now, Christine, do me a favor. Can you just click on any of the menus? Let's say the contact us or in the three dots, by the way. So you see, then you can edit the menu or delete the menu. So if you edit the menu, let's just click edit. You can have the same function. Where it is going, actually to the link, if it's a link that is of a custom link, or if it's a product link, and if you need it in the same window or in a new window. So it's pretty much the same functionality that we had before, but now is a little bit more, let's say, streamlined, if you want to call it that way. It's just a couple of steps. You don't have to go 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's only 3 in the same page. So let's just click the X to close that part. And let's go to the page that we're actually supposed to be working from the next 40 minutes, which is our checkout page. So Christine, do me a favor, please click on Store Pages, because that's where you see all your pages now. And of course, it will indicate which page are you working on, because you're going to have maybe a lot of pages. So as you can see, the one that you're working on is your home page, which is indicated in red. But let's just go to the checkout page, which is I believe is the 5th one down. And let's just edit settings. Remember, you're editing the settings of the page, and I wanted to go here first because a lot of people get confused, like, hey, what happened? Nothing changes. Here is when you change your metadata information, your keywords, your description, and if you want to have a background image. Background images at the moment, I will not recommend them because it might look distorted. It might just create a funky sensation in your website. So let's just try to avoid them for now. But here also, as Christine is showing right now, you can actually have your tracking information. And in this page is highly recommended that you put your tracking codes, meaning your analytics should go in here. Or if you have any way to check your or track, or if you want to track your sales, this is the page that you need to track. Anything that moves through the actual checkout page. So it's very important that we use that. And the way that we actually use this is by clicking the three little buttons on the name, on the side of the name that says edit page, and you will be able to do that. Now, Christine, while we actually just, if you can scroll all the way up, if you don't mind, please. And now let's just click the X where it says edit page. Now let's go. Now let's just click on checkout. Not in the three dots, but just click on the checkout page. Just click on the box. There you go. Now it's changing. So you guys saw the difference. Once you want to edit internally the settings for the page, you just click in the three little dots and edit. But if you want to work with the page, you just click on the box where it says checkout, and this is your checkout page. Now, have in mind that these are a couple of new elements here that you can drag and drop. That's the other cool part. You can use any element here from your tools in your elements, and of course, it will just work normally. Now, if you can do me a favor, Christine, can you actually just go to your elements to the left side of the perfect? Now, let's just click on the elements. And now you guys saw something, right? I hope you were paying attention, because once you click on elements, the page that you're working on disappears. But of course, you know that you're working on your cart page in this moment. But then all the elements become available. So you have not only the global elements and also the checkout elements, but you have anything that you want, you can put in there. So if you want to put another row, more information, maybe a video at the end, and maybe, of course, any other piece of content. But why are we focusing too much in the checkout page? And I'm going to ask you, Christine, why do you think the checkout page is important?
That's where the customer buys your products.
Exactly. We have to make sure that the customer feels empowered and invited to purchase our products. So it has to look very clean, very organized, and without a lot of clutter, but yet good enough with a good amount of content so people can be compelled of purchasing your product. Now, as you can see here, this is the very basic checkout page. You have your logo, you have your phone number, your email address, your shipping address, whatever your customer is going to order. And if you keep scrolling down, you have a couple of elements. You have, I believe, you have a couple of things that says what choose us, what customer says, a couple of interviews. All these items can be changed, guys. So let's just do that. Christine, do me a favor. Can actually just go where it says great customer support at the bottom. So that is actually an element that, as you can see, is just text, title, and I believe it's an image. So let's click on the little cross for any of the elements, if you don't mind, and so we can identify which element is it. So once you click in there, that's actually text. So if you click in there, let me see what we get. You're clicking it, it's not going anywhere? Okay. Documented features that we probably need to work on.
Do we need to click that little this?
Actually, that's to edit the text. But let's just, you know what? My whole intention was to delete it, but I believe if we delete it, we have to bring it back. So just click on the trash can. Okay, it deleted the whole thing. Perfect. Now, because it was just the whole block. Okay, so I guess we did that in a whole block. So now we got rid of that portion, but so like, wait a minute. I think I want to leave that there. So what do, Christine? And I think you saw it. And this is how the magic works. Press that button, please.
I like that it shows a 1 so that I know how many I have deleted and I can go back.
Exactly. Now, if you scroll down, let's take a look. But we're missing one step, though.
No.
You gotta save it.
It's not there.
Did you save it?
Well,
Let's take a look. Let's take a look to see if the magic happened.
Nope.
Don't tell me that. Now let's just click the redo button. Okay. It shows now. Let me see if it shows it again. Scroll down.
There it is.
There it is. So you have to save the page and reload it a little bit, and you can see it. So it is one of those things that's why you have the number 1 indicating, because if you have 2 or more, it will tell you. You have one thing, you have to go 1 step back and 1 step forward. So there it is. That feature is working. Amazing. That's actually great, because I know a lot of us, we were waiting for that feature to be released. So now, this is a simple page, and you want to make sure that in your checkout page, you keep it as simple as possible, because that's where, as you said, where people purchase your products. So now you do want to have a couple of things. Maybe you want to make sure that you tell your customer that your payment is secured and what kind of payment you actually accept. In this case, as Christine is coming up and down, we have the Visa logos, the American Express, and of course you can add any other little maybe icons, or maybe a small picture that says, hey, this site is secured by GrooveCart. We have many other little images that we can use for that, or you can have your own. But now, how do we edit certain areas? So let's just pretend for a second, Christine, that we want to add another element here. Let's just add another piece of text telling my customers about maybe one promotion, or maybe something that you want to tell them. So let's just bring the text. Let's just open the text element. And let's just grab the paragraph at the bottom, the very last one. And then just drag it right under. Perfect, right? Drop right there. So you can add information that you want in your checkout page. You can actually add some other elements, and that's pretty much it as far as of the elements that you can add. You can add a video if you want to. You can add a lot of stuff. But what complements the checkout page is the extra functionality. And as I mentioned, there is actually the bundles. There's actually the options for the checkout. So we're gonna just play a little bit with that, because I think it's important for us to know why and how the checkout page interacts with our customers. So Christine, we're gonna save the page for the moment. Can you just click save? Now we're gonna leave the page as it is right now, because we're gonna now use a couple of elements that I mentioned earlier that we're gonna need, which in this case is setting up a couple of things like discounts for your checkout, as well as the abandonment sequence. So where do we actually do the discounts that affect this page? And can you do me a favor, Christine? Can you actually scroll down a little bit more? Because I want to show you guys something. Scroll down. You see, stop right there. A little bit more. So we can see the discounts area. So scroll up a little bit more. Up, 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 up. And there you go. Stop right there. Nope, more. There it is. Discount, the discount box. So that box will actually is part of one element. And can you do me a favor? Can you click on the discount box, Christine, if you don't mind? As you can see, it is part of the summary. So the summary is an element that you can drag anywhere in the page, so you can actually have, of course, your order summary. What is the item's order? How many of the items? And of course, your discount. And as you can see there, you can just change it and modify it using the actual editor right there. So you can give it a background color. You can add let's just add a border. So just click border. And then just maybe the dotted one. Maybe you can click, or that one, that's fine. Let's just click save. Now it's gonna add that border to or summary box. Let's see if you can scroll down. Did it actually added the borders? If I'm correct, it did added the borders, right?
Does not look like it.
Okay, let's see. Global styles, border custom. Oh, the width, because we didn't pick out a width. So let's just pick that one. That'll be fine. The one that right under it. And then let's just put 2. Or let's just go with 6. Let's see how 6 looks like.
Oh, it's big. You can actually see it already.
Then you start seeing it. So you can actually just play with it, and it will tell you what side of the background and what side of the actual box you're actually editing.
I have a suggestion. Just close the Elements tab on the left-hand side. You don't need it.
I was about to say that. Thanks, David. As always, you're one step ahead of me. Appreciate that.
No worries.
So, and you can also pick the color. So if you pick the color right under width, let's just pick, let's say, red or white or yellow, green. Now you start configuring, the look and feel of how you want your checkout page to look like. And now I want the whole full border. So let's just click on the very first icon for the borders. I believe that's the one. And let's just click save. And what right now is doing is just saving the style. And now you see it has the border box. So those are the little elements that we add there to actually just make sure that the pages are more customizable, and so you can actually add your own touches of color and the look and feel of the page. But as I said, the important part here is the functionality. We're going to make sure that people can see other products and that your visitors and customers have the ability to put their codes for the discounts. So one of the questions that we get all the time is like, where do we do the discounts? So Christine, do me a favor. We're going to just leave this page and we're going to click on the 3 lines at the top right, and we're going to go back to the admin dashboard, please. Or I should say the admin panel. And Michael Ramirez, yes, we do that. We're going to come back in a second. As soon as we have a couple of product demos, we're going to have that as well. We do have that scarcity feature. So just 1 second. So now let's just pick a product, Christine. Let's just go to products. My products, perfect. And now do me a favor, click back because I actually was going to discount, not products. I'm sorry. Let's just go to products and discounts. The third option, perfect. So now you can close click on the X to close the side panel. Now we're gonna add a new coupon. So in products and discounts, that's where you add the coupon. And why this is important for the checkout page? Because this is the coupon that you're gonna use in your mailings, maybe in your Facebook, maybe in your Twitter, your Instagram, your TikToks, whatever you wanna use, that code interacts only in your checkout page. That's why it's so important that we combine this. The details of the discount that you create, you can share anywhere, but there's only one place where people can put it, which is in the checkout page. That's why I'm bringing this up, because it's important. When you're selling print-on-demand products and drop shipping products, it's always a great idea to have a discount code, even when you're working with your own products. So always have one handy because you need them. So let's create a coupon code right now. For example, we're gonna just create one, and let's name it Summer 2020, since the summer is almost over. So let's just call Summer 2020. The description will be Summer Coupon 2020 or Summer Coupon, or whatever you guys want. Now, let's click on generate the code. Actually, before we do that, sorry, Christine, before we do that, let's just go into conditions. You see that second tab? The conditions actually tell the coupon to do exactly what you want. So, do you want to limit this coupon for a specific customer? If that's the case, you can look up that customer in the database and select for that customer. So you can do that. That's option one. Now, if you want to leave it for everybody, don't touch that part because that will give it to everybody. Active dates. How long do you want that coupon to be active? Since we're talking about the end of the summer, maybe you want to activate it from September 1st, or maybe, September 1st to September 31st, or maybe September 15th to whichever date. So you guys can actually have the option to select dates. Now, minimum amounts are important because if you want to combine your coupon with a minimum amount, this is what you need to check and complete. Let's say you want to give 25% off if your minimum order is $200. So you have to put in the minimum amount, 200, and then of course it will say if it's either US dollars or whatever currency you have in your website. But that's important that you put it there. Now, total available. How many coupons you want or you want to allow in your store? So let's say 500 coupons. So you can use that in your marketing materials. We have 500 discount. You can call them tokens or coupons, or just coupons will be fine. We have 5 for the first 500 customers that use this code in our website. You'll get 20% off, and basing, of course, that we have the 20% off. So let's just put the 500 there, the total available. And now the total available for each user. Now, how many coupons you want your customers or each of your customers use? How many times? Generally is 1. And I think is good rule of thumb and is good practice just to allow your customer only 1 time to use a code. Now, if you scroll down, there is a very cool feature that actually we noticed is the product selection. Do you want to push a specific product? So if you click that, you're going to have a box that is going to tell you, okay, you want a product selection, which products you want. Then you can actually add a rule of what products to add. So let's just click products. And then click add. And then just click choose. And then you can pick your product. Which product you want only to give those 20% discount. So you can even go as deep as whatever product you have there, you can actually use it. Is it recommended? Maybe if you have a very specific, really hot product that you know is going to sell, that you have actually just via analytics, you have said, hey, you know what, this t-shirt is selling, it will be a great idea to have just a coupon for this specific product. Then you can add it there. So let's say just a woman, I believe that's a t-shirt if I'm correct. Actually, it's a coffee cup. But let's just pick that coffee cup. And then just click on the add arrow at the bottom. That right there, what it does is just telling me whatever coupon we're creating is going to be used specifically with this product. which at this point, incidentally, you have to have a minimum order of $50 to get 20% off on this specific mug. Again, as I said, this could be combined with an offer, or maybe you're running ads for your store. You can do that. In the past, I don't believe we have talked about this, but that's why we're bringing it up today, because it's important. You have the ability to do that with specific products. But in this case, we want to make sure that everybody takes that 20% off. So let's just X out of that. If you don't mind, Christine, please, let's just click the X. And now let's just go to the actions. Now remember, we selected a product, so we're gonna leave it like that, but let's just go to the actions. Now, offer free shipping with a coupon discount. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but a lot of people do it, offer the free shipping, especially if you use your own products. Just to, I mean, if you sell your own products, your own manufacturing, your own manufactured products, that's highly recommended. However, now here's how you're gonna apply the discount. Do you apply the discount as a percentage, as the amount, or you don't want to apply it? So we're gonna just set percent, since we talk about the 20%, and then the value, of course, will be 20. And then we're gonna just scroll down. There's two options. If you want to exclude discounted products, meaning if you have any other product that are discounted, you're going to exclude those, or if you want to send a free gift. So free gift will allow you to pick another product, but at this moment, I don't think it's recommended. So exclude discounted product, that's perfect. Now, Christine, let's just go up again. And let's just click information. And now, since the 3 steps have been completed, let's just click the generate button. Perfect. So now that code 9XFF1WBT will allow you to get a 20% discount in that specific product at Fireman's Zone. You can do this in your store. You can do it as however you want. You can just have one usable coupon for customers. You can have 500 different coupons. You can add as many coupons as you want, but the whole idea is that you can actually use them at the checkout, so you can maximize, of course, your visibility of the products and, of course, your conversions. Coupons are always the way to go, especially nowadays that a lot of things are moving online and e-commerce. So when you have a code, and it's a standard practice. I mean, everybody works with a code, like, hey, send me your discount code. So that's what we actually have here for you guys in store. Now, Christine, what do you like? How do you like the coupons? How do you? Is it a better experience? Is it easier to actually manipulate? I need to hear your opinion.
Yeah, I think it is. And even watching when you did it with Donna, I think this is a lot easier. I do have a question. Is
Sure.
there a capability of doing my own code? Like, you know, the code can be case 2020, or can...
That is correct. Yes, you can actually change on the code. You can actually do it right now. So just try to actually click on that line and see if it allows you to type your own code.
And then generate?
Now just click save. And now the code just changed to, say, case 2020. You see?
Yeah.
Now the code changes. So you can generate the code manually, or you can just click generate to get you the code. You can use anything you want. And by the way, that was a great question, because we have, okay, I want to use a specific word or maybe a number. So there you have it. Now, let's just make a little bit of a stop here. David, do we have any questions related to this?
I have one question that is a very good one from Andrea. She says, if we use a minimum amount, will it tell the buyer how much more they need to spend to meet the minimum amount for special discount?
That is correct. Right at the checkout, once people, and this is important, right at the checkout, guys, people will say, hey, in order to use this coupon, you need to add X amount of dollars in your store. So that will definitely get the announcement there. Yes, Michael, we have thought most of everything, and what is coming in store is great, because We're going to have recurring charges and payments. Let's say if you offer a course or downloadable files in very specific times, we are going to have that as well. Things are moving, as I said, in great strides with the development of Groove Digital in an overall, and GrooveCart was not left behind, so we're making a lot of changes. Yes, Lisa Dale, as just Christine demonstrated, yes, you can make your own code. And, oh, yes, Michael said, John, I know one of my friend mentors that use it. He is killing it with it. There's a reason for it. Yes, codes are the way to go. I mean, look at Uber. Uber, when they started, the first thing that one of the developers said, we need to have the ability to share codes with the customers. And I don't know if you remember these guys, but when Uber come about, when they started, everybody had a code. Like, hey, use this code because I need to get free rides. So instead of paying people with money, they said, if you share this code, you can get free rides. And I mean, I rode Uber for free for at least 3 months because I was loving it. I was actually commuting to my office, and I said, I don't want to drive today. I'm going to use one of my coupons that I got. So coupons are a lifeline, so don't forget to use them. Now, another thing that we're supposed to talk about right now is the cart abandonment sequence. And this is important. This is another piece of information that we thought about that we couldn't leave behind, because this is when your customers go into the checkout and they leave the page suddenly. And they said, you know what, I don't want to purchase this product. So do me a favor, Christine. Now what we want to do is go to products again. Actually, not products. It's actually orders. I'm sorry. As you can see, guys, I'm still confused a little bit. I haven't really memorized all the links because as we go along, we are learning the product as well. So let's just click on orders and now abandon carts. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And you see, I love the fact that you don't do what Donna used to do, which is just click always ahead. So, and I miss her though, and she's gonna see this recording and she's gonna have a chuckle. But so here it is, guys. So let's just close that orders tab, if you don't mind the sub menu that opened up. Perfect. So here are the actions that we have, and you can generate different actions, but let me just give you the run through with this. Because the email templates, what are they? Every time a customer comes to your store and they go to the second step, which is the checkout, right after they pick a product, they got to start filling out the information. So, and this is important because if the customer leaves an email address and a name, this system will grab it. This sequence, or the abandoned cart sequence, will grab that ID, will grab that email and store it in your store in this area, abandoned carts area. So what happens? Then you can create a sequence. And the sequence is 1, 2, or 3 emails or 4 emails, whatever amount of emails you want to send to the customer right after a certain amount of times. For example, 2 days, 3 days, 24 hours, 5 hours, 20 minutes, right after they left the store. So as you can see, there's a couple of reminders there with discounts, but let's just click where it says abandoned carts, if you don't mind, for a moment. So we can see pretty much what information it grabs. Right there, you see this is a guest customer that came in. It was a guest. The current incentive, no coupon code sent because we haven't sent any codes because, of course, maybe they did not complete the form or something. But then this is the area where you will see the emails. Which says customer, it will have the email address. The type, it was either a registered customer or a guest, and the type of incentive that was sent out. So can you do me a favor, Christine, and click where it says actions in the very first line? Now, let's just click where it says view products. In here, this is important because it would allow us to see what products the customer saw. So in this case, this guest looked at this product. Oh, cool, he looked at this mug. Why is this important to know? Because then we know what products are moving. Mm-hmm. And I always say, never make decisions for marketing based on a gut feeling. Always take a look at your data. Always take a look at what people are looking at. And in this case, with the actual email sequence or the abandoned carts, you can see what products people are looking at, but they're hesitant to buy. So that's why we always come here. Now, can you just please close out of there, Christine, if you don't mind? And now that we know where to check what product the customer was looking at, now we know where the information for the customer is. Let's just go back for a second and just scroll up, and let's just go back to the sequences. Sequences will be the very first part. You see, in the first sequence, it says it is a variable coupon or discount after 1 day. So pretty much after 1 day, you're going to send a coupon to the customer. Now, can you just please click Actions, Christine, if you don't mind? And then click Edit. Here we edit the template name. The status is if it's enabled or disabled, and when it's supposed to go out. I believe 10 hours is way too long to wait if you have a hot prospect. Usually I say, if a customer is looking at something that they're interested on and they left the email, let's hit them up after 2 or 3 hours. That has worked in the past for the gurus and is going to work pretty much because that's what people have been doing. Every single time you have something in your mind, that's why retargeting works so great. That's why pixels work so great, because when somebody comes in contact with your product again, they put it, you just put them in their face. So you get an email out, maybe 2 hours after, people will come back, hey, you know what? I think I want to buy it now. So that's what you actually do. And here in this section is where we set the time. So let's just save the time, Christine, if you don't mind.
Do I need to enable it?
Oh, yes, please enable it. Yes, I'm sorry. Let's just click enable and then save. Now, you see here now that for this sequence, anybody that comes in and they leave their name and their email address is activated and enabled to send that email automatically. But now you guys are saying, wait a minute, what email? Where do we change that? Let's take a look at that at email templates. And we kind of started in backwards because I needed to explain the functionality first. And now this is where we edit the actual email. So if you click Actions, Christine, on the very first line, and then click Edit, you're going to see the contents of the email. And, ooh, we have a little problem there. Can you actually just click on the drop-down if you don't mind? On the select translation, let me see, it's because probably we have active languages. Can you just click there for a second, please?
Right here?
Yeah, on the drop-down. Yes, we're having a little bit of a situation here with an undocumented feature that I'm going to document now, and I might just talk to my dev team. But this is pretty much what you will find: the first name of the customer, the last name, the content of the cart that actually was abandoned, and the discount code that you're going to send out, which could be the one that you just created earlier, the discount value if you want to show it, and of course the date when it ends and the total amount. Of course, it's not going to look like this. For some reason right now we're getting it like a little bit garbled out. But if you click save, that's pretty much the structure of the email. Can you click save, by the way? No, it's probably not. That layer of information is actually preventing you from doing so. But let's just click out of there. Let's just click X. Now, can you do me a favor? Can you click? Let me see if you can click on the line, on line number 1. Can you click on the actual name for a second? Let's see if you can actually. Can you click there, please? Let me see if. Yeah, you can click there.
Yeah, it won't. It's not doing anything.
It won't click. It's probably they're probably working on it. That's one of the portions that we are actually having a little bit of a challenge to make sure that all of the actual emails work normally. So I should have probably just asked before. I showcased this part, but that is another important part of our checkout process. But please check with this in a couple of hours, maybe hours. I'll definitely just check to see when this is going to be available, and I'm going to put it in the video recording on once David uploads this video in Facebook and YouTube. I'll put a little note when this was revised. But that's where you change your email templates, and you can add more if you want to. 3 is recommended, but that's where you actually just can create your new email with the offer that you want to send out, and of course, with every single information for your customer. Now, can you click on the very last link at the end that says converted cards? Now, in order to know which was successful, which email was successful, you will see the list here. You will see ID, reference, customer, status, order total, and date and time. So whatever message that was sent out for your abandoned sequence, it will be listed here as successful, only if that customer actually purchased something. But that will allow you to know what email is performing better. That's why you can do a lot of testing, and that's why you can just play with it to make sure that the offers that you send out to your customers are the best one for them, and see if they work. Now,
just one moment. I wanted to jump in here because one of the developers now just put a post inside our chat. Hosni is watching this live stream, and he is very happy that we are showcasing the new GrooveCart, and he is happy that it is usable and that people are reacting, that they are happy about it, and it's just Hosni, very good job. I just wanted to say live in front of everybody.
Nice. So did he tell you something about the abandoned carts, that they're working on it? I believe
no. It was just like that. He is watching, that he's happy, that the people are happy,
okay.
And basically.
All right. Well, Husni, since you're watching this, come on, chop. Let's get these templates on the way. So, and I know why you're watching, by the way, because Max probably is sleeping, but it's okay. I'm gonna give him a pass for that. Thanks, David, for that. I appreciate it. So, guys, that's where you actually work with your abandoned carts. That is another functionality that is barely used for your users. So that's why I'm pushing it in this challenge, because we need to use this. And once you understand it, once you actually just get it and grasp the concept of how important it is to email your customers with a discount code, then you're going to realize, hey, this is how I'm going to make more money. We do have a question. Will there also be SMS if we have the phone number capture? I understand Twilio will be Groove preferred service with Groove funnels. Will this also be integrated into GrooveCart? Lisa, I am not sure if that's going to be a possibility, but it is a great request. So I think you can request it into our... David, you want to say something?
Yes. So I believe once GrooveCart is merged with Groove funnels, Groove Mail will be already live there. SMS will be coming to Groove Mail, so I believe it will be an option, because Groove Mail and GrooveCart will be communicating together at one point. Could be not immediately at the beginning, but I believe this will be working. So now the SMS function for abandoned carts, this is probably an extra feature that will need to be added. So for that one, we probably are looking for a bit further in the future, but I believe once Groove Mail and GrooveCart are communicating and loving each other, I believe this could be done. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, let's just go. Where do we put the pixel for the abandoned cart? Actually, Michael, the abandoned cart just works natively in your store. So there is no pixel. However, we can create and add a pixel for Facebook, which will be next week, by the way. I believe it's day 7 that we actually going to put pixels and analytics, which I'm passionate about. In a past life, I did data analysis for a lot of for a big company, and I believe with numbers, with the right numbers, you get to make the right decisions, and that is a personal preference of mine, always to make decisions based on numbers instead of gut instincts, or just, somebody said that this will sell. Never go with that in e-commerce. So Let's see if there's any other questions. Microman says the question. Let's see. I do have. Where do we put the pixels? I read something about pricing as well. I have. Oh, Michael Sabel says I have a product that I'm trying to change the category, and all the buttons are black, not pink. Can you show how to change a category? Michael, no problem. And so, Christine, let's just go with this question. And if you don't mind, let's just go to your products in just a moment. And Michael, I'm going to make your life so easy right now. You're going to be so happy you asked that question. So let's say you have the product. And let's just pick number 30. Yeah, let's pick product number 30 since it's a t-shirt. And it's easy to change it back. So, Michael, what you do, you just make the click. And now you don't really have to go to actions, Christine. All that you do, remember, where do we have a shortcut to change categories? Remember, Christine? Let's see if you remember. Oh, you're on the right path, but it's on the other side. Actions to the left. Right on top. Right at the very top. Actions. To the left. No, the left. It's a drop down.
Well, actions.
Yep. There you go. Right there. You see, you have a product selected. In this case, Michael, let's say you want to change product 21. So you select the product and then you just click change category. You go to actions on top, you'll see the options, and then click change category. If you don't mind, Christine, can you just change category? Just click in there, what happens? Now, this is t-shirts. So let's just change it to best deals or whatever category you want, and then you just click save. Now it's changing the products category. And as you will see in a moment, product number 30, the category changed to best deals. And you don't have to go in there and edit the category, edit the product. So it's actually simpler to do it this way. Just select the category, the product number, and then just go to actions to all the way to the top or all the way to the bottom. By the way, those options are all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. And yeah, you're going to change the category again. I love that idea. So let's just put that back into shirts, into t-shirts. And by the way, you can not only do categories here, you can also do a couple of things. Let's say you have a product that unfortunately Printful doesn't have, or Tscape is stopped carrying. So you can actually select the product, and let's take a look at those other functions. Let's just click product 30 or 31 again, whichever you want, Christine. And let's just go all the way up, actions. And as you can see, you can activate or deactivate the product, meaning you can actually just, if it's out of stock or something, you can deactivate it. You can create a duplicate if you want to create maybe a similar product with different colors, or maybe just a different product. Then you can change category. You can change the product layout or the upsell layout. The upsell layout, we're going to just talk about it next week as well, because that's actually with promos. But the product layout, if you have, let's say, a video specifically added for that product or something similar. So you have several options there, not only just changing the category. Now, let's just go back, Christine. Thank you very much for demoing that question for Michael. Michael, yeah, he got it. He says, got it. Thank you. Great. Awesome. And I believe we don't have any other questions. So, Christine, how do you like to interact with your checkout page today?
I like it. I will be going in there and playing with it more for sure.
And that's exactly what I would recommend everybody to do, because in order to experience something, the best way to do it is go at it, play with it, and help us to make it better. If you have a problem, if you have any issue with saving a button, or my button is not active, my color is not really the proper color, send us a ticket. We're here to help. We're here to make sure that all your questions are answered. And yes, right now, guys, by the way, I'm going to just take 2 seconds here. we have a lot of work. I mean, we recently did the upgrade. We are having released products. We have now out there, we have Groove Member. So we are just still working on materials and working on a lot of other stuff. But when it comes to GrooveCart, we have it pretty much down. So let us know. Give us your questions. We'll try to get answered as soon as possible. But I know a lot of us that actually work with GrooveCart also have Groove pages. So if you have an issue or something, let us know. We are now trying our best to make sure that everything is addressed. Now, one more. Do you know when Printful is going to allow more all over print products? Michael, I don't know yet. But if you subscribe to their group in Facebook and if you join their newsletter, you will get a lot of information. I do know, though, that if any of you guys are doing or printing out phone cases, they are going to stop production on the iPhone 6 cases. So have that in mind. iPhone 6 cases in Printful are going to be discontinued. So be mindful of that. Now, David, do we have any other question right now? And now it's 7:36. We're past a couple of minutes from our time.
Well, there are a couple. I don't know if you want to go into it. For example, there's a question about, could you demo how to set up a contact form page?
Oh, let's do it. Let's. You don't mind, Christine, because I know that you're in a hotel room, and I don't want to extend my courtesy here with you. But if you don't mind, just let me know. So
let's go.
Awesome. So let's go.
Let's do it.
So to set up a contact page, let's just go to the builder. Actually, I'm lying because that. And let me ask. Hold on. Who's the person asking that question, David? I'm sorry.
There's no name on here.
No, that's a different question. Why is there an error message on category page element from the builder?
Let me just.
I haven't seen that error, but please let me know. Could you use the demo setting on the contact form? Okay. So the contact form, it should be in the settings. By the way, I'm sorry, Christine, I confused you to the builder. It's got to be in settings. And then you're going to have something called, let me see if it's here or if they moved it. Store information, please. Right at the top. If you scroll down, you'll see the logo, the store. Let's just see if you see right there where it says contact us. If you just click the element, just do it. Perfect. So now, since we don't know the name, Facebook user, so once you actually click on that contact us, automatically two things are going to happen. A page is going to get created in GrooveCart, but there's a little caveat. When we started GrooveCart, we realized that a lot of spam was coming in. So we needed to find a solution. Solution was having a Google reCAPTCHA. With the Google reCAPTCHA, what you do is you allow a secure way for people to contact you and avoid the amount of excessive emails when people have a form. So you have to do two steps. One, you need to have a Gmail account. And number two, you need to have the website keys and the secret keys. So if you don't mind, Christine, can you click where it says, please visit this link to add the website to the Google CAPTCHA tracking? It will take you to this page. And I believe, oh yeah, this is your account, right, Christine? So we can actually just activate this page for you right away. So let's see if, didn't we activate it last time? No, I think we didn't. So you have three sites. Let's just click on the fireman it up. Can you just click on that drop down, please?
Here we have it, Fireman Zone right there.
Yeah, so you have it right there. Can you just click on that page? I mean, on that link right now. So what you have to do, Facebook user, is you have to follow the steps. Once you create that, once you reach this page, And oh, but we need to add it. So let's just, can you click the plus? I'm sorry. Let's just click the plus so we can show you what steps. Perfect. Remember, you have to be active in, you have to be logged in into a Gmail account or a Google account. So then you can actually just put on the label, you put the name of your site, and make sure that you click reCAPTCHA type V2. So let's just for example, I just typed firezone.com, the firemanzone.com. But of course, it's going to give us an error because Christine already has it set up. But just for the purpose of showing the Facebook user how to do it. So you put the label, then you put the V2, and then I'm not a robot checkout. That's perfect. Then the domain. So you have to now add the domain. So you just add the domain, that line. .com, perfect. Then you have to accept the terms and the reCAPTCHA service, the terms of service. And then if you scroll down, you're going to submit the form, but you're not going to submit it because, of course, it's going to give you an error. But once you submit, it's going to give you those two pieces of information, the key and the secret. So you can actually, let's click it to see what happens. Let's see if it gives you an error, or I actually give you the same. You see, has been registered. So I thought that it will give you an error, but it just gives you the same codes. So you can copy those codes into the form that you have in your dashboard, and then you just click save. And then once that page is active, your contact form will be activated as well on the side. So let's just click over there, paste. Now the secret key. And let's click save now.
Okay.
Now is pretty much ready to go. And the way that you add it is you go now, after you have activated, you have to go to your builder to see if you have that page. So let's click on the builder. And we have to go to the contact us page. Now let's click on the pages. And there it is, the contact us page. So can you take a look at your site, Christine, if you don't mind? Let's just see if, there you can just refresh and let's just click contact us. Oh, it's gonna give you a redirect. I needed to activate something for that actually, because it's generating a backlink to the contact general form. So let me just show you how to fix it. Let's just go to the builder. You see where it says contact us. Let's just click on the three dots. Guys, by the way, this is a great question because I guess it happened. But let's just edit the menu. And if you see that it says a stored name. So we're gonna change the store name. Just click in there and delete that part that says the store name and just put your store name, which is firemanzone.com. I just actually firemanzone. Perfect. Now let's just click the check mark. Now it's been saved. Now let's just go back to the store for a second. Let's see if it worked properly. Let's just refresh.
Yeah.
See, there it is. So guys, if you saw that error, if you saw that link, remember, since you already had it set up in Google, that's why I said the error will show up. So we might probably have to correct that later. But for the sake of the exercise, I just want to make sure that the Facebook user has the contact page. So it's right there. contact us page. That's I hope that resolved your question. And I believe that if there's any other questions that you guys have, please do send us to support@groovedigital.com. David, any other questions so far that we would like to actually address? Because right now we cannot pass the time, and I want to make sure that everybody, gets on time for dinner.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe this one last one we can answer, and then we can wrap things up. So why there is an error message on category page missing element from the builder? And this is a great question. So do you know the answer to this one, John?
Let me try to see if we can replicate it here. Can you actually go on the category page missing element from the builder? Let's just go to your dashboard, Christine, for a moment, please. Category builder. Let's just click pages.
Okay, you broke up. Where do you want me to go?
Pages.
Pages. And store pages. And here in the category pages, you can see it says missing elements. So when you actually click on this one, that means that there is an element that is missing. So your category title. When you go into elements, when you click now, not the page, but the elements on the left-hand side, and you go into category elements, and then content, then it says that this was added actually. If it wasn't added, then it shows up that this is the missing element. So because now the category title is there is another missing element. So basically we would need to add this on the page, and then that error message would not show up anymore.
Perfect. Yeah, well, thank you, David. Appreciate the help. Yeah, that's, if you notice, that is because an element that is needed, the system will tell you, hey, your title is missing. Hey, your products are incomplete. Maybe something is missing. In this case, I believe it was the category title, or maybe what else.
You can click on the products. Maybe it was a product.
Exactly.
So in the elements, if you go back to elements, and then category elements down at the bottom, it says products. Click on there. Okay, so this was added. Try the media. Okay, so it is probably just a global element then, but yeah, once the elements that are missing are added, then it should just disappear.
Correct. All right, guys, with that said, hopefully today we actually had fun working with the checkout page. We actually introduced the new and improved GrooveCart, which I know Husni appreciate that. So Husni, Max, all the dev team, thank you very much. I know you're watching, but you're too afraid to raise your hands to take some credit. So we send you all the love from here. So now, guys, with all that, we want to say good night. I know it's we extended about 18 minutes, so I appreciate the time. I know we all want to go and have dinner, especially you, Christine. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. You've been a trooper through, at least for today, and through this whole journey. I mean, taking your time. I know you're visiting your grandkids, if I'm correct, and your kids. So enjoy the rest of the week. Please be safe. I know you're in a hotel, but just stay safe and stay with your family and have a great time.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right, guys. With that said, that's going to end it tonight. If you have any questions, you know where to contact us at support@groovedigital.com or support.@groovedigital.com. Have a great one, guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
See you guys. Bye-bye.